The more my streams went up, the less I actually checked them. And that wasn't just because I could relax now. It was because I realized streams are the wrong number to focus on. At the beginning, it felt like every stream was a big deal. I was constantly checking my analytics. But as I released more tracks, I started to realize that the streams weren't telling me whether I was growing as an artist. So here's the 3 numbers that I actually do monitor. And I'm going to talk about them from least to most important. And the last one surprised me a lot. It's not something that people talk about often, but it's really, really important. So the first one is really simple, and it's something you can start tracking today. It's how many songs have you released in the last year. Now this might be self-released or it might be signed. It doesn't really matter at the moment because this is your biggest lever. This is the thing you have most control over. How often can you get in the studio, make demos, finish songs, and then release them? Without music, there's no progress at all. And the music industry is so uncertain. You don't have control about a lot of things, like how many streams you'll get or how many followers you'll get. But you can control how much you produce and how many times you release in a year. It's so good to have something that you can control in this really uncertain industry. You could set yourself a target like 6 songs in a year, for example, and if you reach your target, then you should be really proud of yourself because that's a hard thing to do and it will move the needle forward. Now the second number that I monitor, and this makes me laugh a little bit because a lot of people might say don't kind of monitor the types of comments you get online because people are just being friendly, it might be your family, whatever. But I actually think monitoring how many people say this song is sick or where can I find this song, if you track those types of comments on your social media or when people are listening to your music, if they're giving you compliments, then that is a good signal that your music is resonating with someone else. And there's a really cool saying I heard recently that if your music can resonate with one person, then it can resonate with an entire audience. The tricky thing is finding that audience, but the hard part at the start is getting your music out there and able to connect with someone. And most people, when they think about an audience, they think about followers. But actually, we've all seen those accounts that have loads and loads of followers and not that much engagement. And we'll see accounts that have a low follower count and everyone that's there is really engaged with their music and their posts. So that's a much better position to be in at the moment. Even if you don't have that many followers and if you're getting engagement on your posts and people are commenting and saying that this is cool, then you're going in the right direction and you can build from there. But if you nail that at the start and then grow, then you're going to have way more engagement and an actual audience that cares about you and your music than if something just went viral, you got loads of followers, but there's nothing else for them to really latch onto. And some people even use those comments to promote their own music. And there's that funny thing where if someone sees it, other people are listening to a song and they say it's good, then they're more inclined to go and listen to it themselves as well. Now the final number I track might surprise you a little bit because I don't think this is something that people often talk about, but it's how many times people approach you and ask for demos, gigs or other opportunities. And this is people that have approached you without you reaching out to them first. It might be through TikTok, Instagram, your website, or even in person. And the reason this is so important is because your whole music career is going to be based upon opportunities that come your way because of your music. So if you're already getting opportunities because of your music now, then you're already going in the right direction. And don't worry if you're not yet. It might be that you're just a little bit too early, and if you carry on doing what you're doing, those opportunities will come. But I've had record labels that I look up to approach me first, and I never really expected that to happen, but when it did, I started being like, I'm obviously doing something right. Whatever I'm doing is resonating with other people, to the point where labels are willing to, invest in me, to help me out, to take a risk on someone that's not like a massive artist and to sort of give them an opportunity. That's quite a big thing for them to do. So it's quite a compliment, and it confirms that you're doing the right thing. So forget about streams for now and think about how many tracks are you releasing in a year? How many people are commenting on your music saying this is great, where can I listen to it? And how many opportunities are coming your way? That's a far better use of your time and energy at the moment than purely looking at the streaming number or monthly listeners on Spotify. Yes, streams are important and they are really good and they look great, and that might be why some opportunities do come your way. So we're not ignoring streams. I'm just saying if you're getting good streams, then there's other areas that you can be looking at to make sure that you are growing as an artist. Now, in terms of point 1, releasing tracks, one of the hardest things is sort of knowing whether your track is good enough to release or send to a record label. One of the best ways I've found of dealing with that is getting feedback on my tracks before I send them off to a label or before I release them. And I had a lot of people asking me for feedback on their tracks, so I created a private community hosted over on Discord. Electronic music producers are just posting their songs, getting real kind of feedback from other producers in the same lane as them. Now, if you feel that kind of thing would be useful for you, then I'll drop a link to the Discord below, so feel free to check it out. out. And yeah, so there's another video popping up now. Check that out, and I'll catch you on the next one.